Proverbs 6, March 6th. Guys, we're reading a proverb for every day in March so that by the end of the month, we will have received all of the wisdom that the Proverbs have to offer. Now, guys, we are pivoting into longer form YouTube content, which I'm so excited about. I've been wanting to make this switch for a while, and finally today I realized that there's no better time to start anything or to pivot into anything than today. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Since there are 31 Proverbs in 31 days in March, we're going through a proverb every single day and dissecting it. However, going to longer form YouTube is going to help me be able to dissect it even more. So I'm so excited to do that, and we're going to continue doing that. So every single day in March, we're going to be having a proverb. So today is March 6th, therefore we're going through Proverbs 6. So without further ado, let's just dive right into it. So King Solomon is writing about the lessons for daily life in Proverbs 6. Absolutely fire. It's filled with so much good stuff. And so his first chunk, he talks about false promises. Now, in verse 1, he says, "My child, if you have put up security for a friend's debt or agreed to guarantee the debt of a stranger, if you have trapped yourself by an agreement and are caught by what you said, follow my advice and save yourself." So what he's talking about right here is that we're going to make false promises in our life, and I guarantee that you have, because I know I have. I haven't necessarily put up a security for someone else's debt. I haven't said, "Yo, you need $100, I got you in the future," and then not come through. I've never really done that financially. However, you know what I have done is said, "Yeah, dude, I can hang out tonight." Very well, no, I can't. And all of a sudden, there's like this weird, awkward tension of when you know that you can't go do something, and then you have to make some excuse of saying why you can't do it, and it just gets way messier down the road. Solomon is saying right here, if you happen to put yourself in that situation where you falsely agree or promise something to someone, it is so much better to address it immediately instead of letting it drag out and having it become much more awkward, tense, and the worst thing that happens is having your words lose value to them. And so what he then pivots into for the latter half of verse 3, he says, "Now swallow your pride. Go and beg to have your name erased. Don't put it off. Do it now." He's saying, yo, get yourself out of this agreement immediately. Don't be that person that agrees to go on a date with someone and you really aren't interested in them, so you end up standing them up. And that is the worst thing to do. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Don't get into an agreement that you know you're not going to fulfill. But if you find yourself in doing so, do what Solomon is saying right now and immediately go get yourself out of it. Swallow your pride. Say, I messed up, but forgive me. Forgive me of my side of the agreement. I can't do it. I can't make it. I can't help you in this sense. Please forgive me. And all things will be fine if you do that. So really take that to heart. Don't put yourself in situations where things are going to get really awkward and tense. And if you do, do it immediately before things get even weirder or more tense. Now, Solomon pivots into talking about procrastination. And I love how he does it because he talks about ants. Verse 6, he says, "Take a lesson from the ants, you lazy bones. Learn from their ways and become wise. Though they have no prince or governor or ruler to make them work, they labor hard all summer gathering food and water." And then eventually, right after, he's about to talk about procrastination, which we're going to get to. But immediately right here he's saying, yo, look at the ants, bro. All they do is grind. They don't have anyone telling them, yo, you got to do this, this, and this. They get to it. They labor hard all summer gathering food for the winter. They use their body. They use their resources. Fun fact, ants are some of the strongest animals on the planet. I think if I'm not mistaken, they can hold like 3 times their body weight, which is kind of insane. So ants are dope. So take a lesson from the ants, man. Just grind. Learn from their ways. Become wise. Just work, man. And it's not about aimlessly working, because check this out. Verse 9, "But you lazy bones, how long will you sleep? When will you wake up? A little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. Guess what? Then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber." Snooze. Alarm goes off. Snooze, 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 snooze. Oh my gosh, you just wasted 2 hours of your day. Don't be like that. I know that's something we all do, way too common. That's what I've done. That's why I've had to drastically change my morning routine to avoid moments like that, because I love to sleep. I really, really do. But it is telling us right here, someone's telling us poverty will pounce on us. Scarcity is going to attack us if we are these lazy people, just loving sleep and getting extra sleep. But guys, God made us a Sabbath. He gave us a weekly day of rest and recovery that we can genuinely flourish in and have happiness in. Procrastination is the one-way ticket to an unfulfilled life. But Solomon continues. He says there are 7 things that God detests: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that kill the innocent, a heart that plots evil, feet that race to do wrong, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who sows discord in a family. If you feel like, yo, this is one of me, if you feel the Spirit, Holy Spirit convicting you, man, pay attention to it. And shoot, if you're saying, wait, I do have a lying tongue, I lie way too more than I should, or why do my feet race to go do wrong? Man, whatever it is, if one of these really are calling you out, deal with it. Deal with it aggressively because it's detestable in the eyes of the Lord, and you do not want to be detestable in the eyes of the Lord. I can guarantee you that. Now, Solomon continues on. He says, verse 20, very common theme in the Proverbs up until this point. My son, obey your father's commands and don't neglect your mother's instructions. He's talking about listen to the elders, listen to those who have gone through you, who have the experience. But most importantly, anytime he says listen to your father's command, listen to God. God is the most wise, the one that you should listen to, the creator and sustainer of the world. And he says, when you walk, their counsel will lead you. When you sleep, they will protect you. When you wake up, they will advise you. For their command is a lamp and their instruction is a light. Their corrective discipline is the way to life. Listen to those who have gone before you. Listen to those who have made the mistakes so that you don't have to make the mistakes. Be humble enough to listen to those who have gone before you and say, you know what? I don't know everything. I need to learn. Tell me, teach me your ways. Teach me through your experiences. Tell me what you went through. Tell me what to do. Tell me what not to do. And then Solomon wraps up talking about adultery, which he loves to talk about because it is so serious in our lives. Now, he says, listening to your father's commands and your mother's instructions, it will keep you from immoral women, and don't lust for them. And then he goes into verse 27. Can a man scoop a flame into his lap and not have his clothes catch fire? No, that's not possible. Can he walk on hot coals and not blister his feet? No, that's not possible. Verse 29. So it is with the man who sleeps with another man's wife. He who embraces her will not go unpunished. Solomon is saying right here, your actions have consequences. Deal with your actions before they have to face these harsh realities and these harsh consequences. And he's saying this in the context of adultery. A man who sleeps with another wife will be punished. So, your actions have consequences. Discipline yourself. Understand that what you're doing will have some sort of consequence. Something will result from it. So, discipline yourself. Be intentional with your actions. Do not fall into adultery. Guard your heart from it. Guard it, guard it, guard it. Because, verse 32, but the man who commits adultery is an utter fool, for he destroys himself. He will be wounded and disgraced. His shame will never be erased. Because every time you commit adultery, you leave a piece of yourself somewhere else. You keep dishing yourself out. The more and more you do, you're dishing yourself out, dishing yourself out, dishing yourself out, dishing yourself out. And you're going to keep feeling empty, and you're going to be wounded, and you're going to be disgraced, and you're going to be shameful, and it's going to chip away at you, and it's going to end up destroying you. But thank goodness Jesus Christ forgives us. However, adultery ruins and adultery destroys. So save yourself the struggle and do not fall into it, and be intentional and discipline your heart and guard your heart before anything comes your way. So guys, I love you so much. This was Proverbs 6, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Proverbs 7.